Welcome back to the channel guys, and in today's video we will be featuring Poliwrath, wherein we will be pairing it with the double grass team consisting of Tangrowth and Venusaur, where Tangrowth will be our safe swap. So if you are new to the channel or if you like our content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It will help us a lot. So another exciting thing that happened today was I was able to catch my Hundo Giratina. So I'm pretty excited to use this in the Master League, and I will be coming up with a video. So let's start with the team composition. So as I mentioned, we do have Poliwrath, Tangrowth and Venusaur, and looking at the PV poke rating, it does have some positives. Coverage is C, but I think that's because we are running double grass team. So overall I think that this team did pretty well, and you'll see why. So without further delay, let's start with the battles and see how the battle goes. So let's see, we are in a Grand Bull match, so horrible lead, and we immediately swap to Tangrowth. The opponent will swap to a Alolan Muck, and this Muck is Rock King Poison Jab, so it's doing super effective damage. And let's see how we like to play this one, because Tangrowth now is not of much help. Opponent throws the acid spray, but we are able to get to this rock slide, so this will do a lot of damage to this Alolan Muck. It's in red now, but this Muck will farm us down, and now I think we come in with Poliwrath to do some super effective damage and get a hit on energy. So the opponent will throw, I expected an acid spray, so the opponent makes a mistake here that they swap to Grand Bull, and now it's locked to our Venusaur, so we are taking resisted damage from those charms. We shield this move, and I farm some extra energy just in case the opponent opts not to shield. And let's see if the opponent let go of the Grand Bull, and I come in with Alolan Muck, and I threw this Frenzy Plant because I did not want to take any damage. So opponent comes in with Machamp, and which is really good because we will be taking resisted damage from those counters. But I swap to Poliwrath to absorb this charge move, which is a rock slide, so that's really good. And I will throw this dynamic punch, and let's see how much damage it does. A lot of damage, and I think we don't win the CMP, so we have to let go of the Poliwrath. And now I think we can probably look to Vine Whip down, because there is no point in throwing the charge move. And we shield the cross chop definitely, and we are able to Vine Whip down, so taking the match even after losing the lead, so good one. And moving to the next one, we are in an Alolan Muck lead, which is good for us, but the opponent swaps to Kingdra, and at this point I did not know how the matchup goes. We definitely lose with Venusaur, so I swap to Tangrowth, and I think the opponent lands this outrage, which is not good for us because I was expecting an Octazooka. So now this Kingdra will farm us down, and we can come in with I think we should come in with Venusaur. So let's see, we come in with Venusaur and look to Vine Whip down, but this Kingdra was loaded on energy, so I shield this one, and I shield this correctly, this outrage correctly. So let's see, the opponent comes in back in with a Alolan Muck, and they swap to, I don't know at the moment, so I went with Dynamic Punch, and it's an obstacle, so that's really good. And let's see how we would like to play this out now. So I did not shield, and the opponent lands a Sludge Wave, which is really bad because now we would have to do some work with our Venusaur. The opponent will shield, but we are able to get to this another Ice Punch, but this the opponent is unlikely to shield here, and they will farm us down. And let's see, we do have some energy on Venusaur, so let's see, we shield the Sludge Wave correctly, and I'm charging up to 2 Frenzy Plants, but we would need to land 2 Frenzy Plants to get rid of this Alolan Muck. And this Alolan Muck is ahead on energy and probably very close to a Sludge Wave, which will be able to knock us down. So let's see, the opponent throws the Sludge Wave, and we barely survive, and the opponent is able to snarl us down, so good game. And moving to the next one, let's see, we are in a Toxic Rock lead, and this should not favor Poliwrath because Toxic Rock will be resisting our charge moves. And this if this is Sludge Bomb, just a Mud Bomb, but it does a lot of damage. And we throw this Ice Punch, Ice Punch is neutral, I think. So let's see. These Ice Punches are doing a lot of damage. I think Ice Punch should be neutral. Let me know in the comments if Ice Punch is not neutral and do a lot of damage. So we come in with Venusaur and farm this Toxicroak. The opponent has a Lapras, so we will be doing a lot of damage to this Lapras with the Vine Whip. We cannot come in with Tangrowth because I think we should shield here and come in with Tangrowth to farm a lot of energy, and we correct. I think this is what we do. So the opponent has a Cliff Fable in the back, and we charge up to 2 Rock Slides, maybe to possibly to avoid a Charm getting through. So we go for Power Whip now because Power Whip has a stab and will do more damage than Rock Slide. The opponent will shield this one, unfortunately. So at this point, if we get to this Rock Slide, which is really good, so this Rock Slide will take the shield, and now we can come in with Venusaur, farm some extra energy because those charms will be resisted. We do need to shield this one, and the opponent will show up to Lapras, but we do have energy on Venusaur, and we immediately pull the trigger on Frenzy Plant. And now we can get to this Frenzy Plant to take down this Cliff Fable and take the match. So good game. And moving to the next one, we are horrible lead, and we show up to Tangrowth. So opponent moves to Charizard. We can possibly get to 2 Rock Slides, and I think we have to gain the switch advantage here, because although we do have Dynamic Punch, but without shields that is very useless. So we are able to get rid of both the opponent shields. Let's see if we are able to get to this Rock Slide. Since we were at a Rock Slide, I opt to shield and throw this move. This will one hit KO that Charizard. And now since we have gained the switch advantage back, we can pair this Golem with our Venusaur. And let's see, we come in with Venusaur, and the opponent I think throws the energy here. Yes, so they throw their energy, which is a Stone Edge, does a lot of damage, but the opponent has a Snorlax in the back, which is really good. Now we can go for Dynamic Punch, and let's see how we would like to play this out. And we charge up to 2 Dynamic Punches here, because 1 Dynamic Punch will not be enough to take down this Snorlax, and these Body Slams are chunking away. So here my idea was that I did not want that Alolan Golem to farm a lot of energy off my Poliwrath. So that's the reason I allowed that Snorlax to faint me down, because now what I can do is I can farm with Venusaur of mine, and I already have the energy with the Venusaur, so it doesn't matter. But we will be able to take down this Alolan Golem and Vine Whip down this Snorlax to take the match. So we came back from a horrible lead. Next game we are in a Scizor match. This favors Poliwrath. Opponent will show up to Machamp, and I show up to Venusaur. So here I was expecting that since the opponent is running Scizor lead, they might be running a Water type in the back, because Scizor has a horrible match against Charizard. The opponent will let go of the Machamp, and Machamp will throw the charge move, which is a Rock Slide, and we lose the switch advantage. But Tangrowth can do a lot of damage to Scizor with those Rock Slides. And now the opponent come in with Scizor, not looking good. So we will Rock Slide does a lot of damage. It's not a joke coming in from Tangrowth. So I make a swap to Poliwrath. The opponent swaps to, I think it was a Charizard. So the opponent swaps to Swampert. So let's see how we would like to play this out. Not looking too good, I would say, but we are able to land this Dynamic Punch. So this Swampert can possibly go for Earthquake or Sludge Wave, but they try to go for a bait. They go for Hydro Cannon, and this is definitely an Hydro Cannon, which will not be enough to take us out. And we farm some extra energy, and we pull the trigger on Ice Punch. Let's see if the opponent lets go of the Swampert, and we come in back with Tangrowth to take on this charge move, and we would shield this definitely. The opponent has 2 shields though, so they would be resisting our fast moves, which are pretty useless at the moment against this Scizor. So not charging, the opponent will shield this, and let's see, we are not able to get to another charge move, so we let go of the Tangrowth, but this Poliwrath is very low on energy, so I think we probably should have shielded that Tangrowth, but I thought that Poliwrath had more energy than this, and yeah, good game. Moving to the next one, we are in a Escavalier lead, so it's a pretty neutral lead because those dynamic punches will be doing neutral damage because of Escavalier's bug typing and the Escavalier shield. And I shield this expecting a Mega one, but it's just a drill run, and I go for back-to-back dynamic punches. Let's see if the opponent lets go of this one, and we cannot save swap to our backline because our backline is kind of weak to Escavalier. So we let go of this drill run. The opponent will make a swap to Tangrowth, and we do have an answer for that because Venusaur has access to Sludge Bomb, and due to Venusaur's poison typing, we resist. I think double resist the Vine Whips, and we go for Sludge Bomb. The opponent will shield this, so now we can go for another Sludge Bomb. This will not be enough to take down the Tangrowth, but it's very low. So now at this point we can say bye to the Venusaur, and let's see, the opponent will get rid of their energy. So now we can come in with Tangrowth of our own to farm some energy, which is exactly what we do. So the opponent will make the swap to Escavalier, but this Rock Slide will do a lot of damage and probably take down this Escavalier. Yeah, Escavalier goes down, and the opponent has an Electivire in the back, so we go for Power Whip. This Ice Punch will do a lot of damage, to be honest, but we shield this and we go for Power Whip. So this does around 60 to 70% because Electivire is very squishy. Does a lot, I think it more than 80%. So this Ice Punch will hurt, but we do have Poliwrath in the back, and we are able to Vine Whip down this Electivire and pulling the trigger on Rock Slide to take the match of this Tangrowth. So good game. Moving on to the next one, Charizard lead. So Poliwrath, even though it's a water type, it typically does not run any water moves. So the opponent will swap to Venusaur, but we do have Ice Punch to do a lot of damage. I come in with Venusaur of my own. So in the Venusaur match, I shield the first Sludge Bomb because it's always a Sludge Bomb. So I go for Sludge Bomb of my own, and since Venusaur is lacking on energy, so it will shield because that Sludge Bomb would have brought down that Venusaur to very low, not shielding the second Sludge Bomb, and we will be able to get to the Sludge Bomb before. So the opponent would have to shield. The opponent shields the Sludge Bomb. The opponent comes back in with Charizard. I throw the Sludge Bomb, but this gives this Charizard an opportunity to farm us down. So not looking exactly good, but now I think we come in with Poliwrath. Yeah, correct decision. So take on this Blast Burn, and since the opponent is Switch Lock, they cannot avoid this match, and I think I probably could have gone for Dynamic Punch there. Yeah, or either way we can farm down this Charizard with the Tangrowth, and Charizard faints down. Let's see what the opponent has in the back. So the opponent has an Obstagoon, so looking fairly well because this Power Whip will do a lot of damage, and we need to land another Power Whip to take down this Obstagoon, and we have a shield. So I do not shield just in case this Obstagoon gets a boost, so we will need to shield that next Night Slash, but the opponent does not, and we are able to land this Power Whip to take down this Obstagoon, and the opponent has a Venusaur in the back, but we will be able to get to this Rock Slide. I think we shield this one and throw the Rock Slide to take the match. So this is exactly what happens, and this Rock Slide will be enough to take down this Venusaur. So good game. And we are in a Charizard lead. So let's see how we like to play this out. The opponent is not switching out, so we go for Dynamic Punch, and this will not do a lot of damage, but it still adds up because of Poliwrath is bulky and it will resist those fire spins. So the opponent goes for Dragon Claw, and we are not able to get to Dynamic Punch before this, and since we are getting rid of Charizard initially, so that's really good for our backline, and we go for Ice Punch this time. The opponent will not shield, and Ice Punch and Dynamic Punch both do a similar kind of damage, so we go for Ice Punch, and this is enough to take down the Charizard. The opponent comes back in with Venusaur, and immediately make the swap to Venusaur, and the opponent has a Swampert, so they quit realizing they cannot win. So good game. And moving to the next one, in a Kingdra match, and Kingdra has gotten pretty common in the season 4, so I honestly didn't know how the matchup goes, but I go for Dynamic Punch to do some neutral damage, and it does a lot of damage because Kingdra is very squishy, and we are able to get to another Ice Punch, so most likely we have to grab a shield. Yeah, the opponent shields, and we not shield, maybe it's not an outrage, but the opponent lands an outrage, which is not good, and we go for Tangrowth. The I don't see what the opponent has come back in with. The opponent comes back in with Scizor, and as I mentioned, Rock Slide coming in from Tangrowth do a lot of damage to Scizor even though it's neutral. So opponent goes for Night Slash, and we do go for Rock Slide and most likely grab a shield. Yeah, we grab the shield, and we are unable to get to another Rock Slide. We shield this incoming move, and let's see if we are able to get to the Rock Slide. We are able to, and this will take down the Scizor most likely. The Scizor goes down, and the opponent might come in with King Giant Farm, and I quickly swap to Venusaur, so shield this one, and let's see, the opponent goes for Outrage, but the opponent has a Gengar in the back, and since we are out of shields, we will not be able to. I think Gengar can land the Shadow Ball and get rid of the Venusaur. And let's see, yep, they get rid of the Venusaur, and since both of our Pokemons are very low, I think Gengar will able to wipe us out completely. So yeah, we lost that one. Gengar just swept our Venusaur away, and yeah, good game. Moving to the next one, let's see what do we get. In a Clefable lead, horrible lead, and we swap to Tangrowth, and the opponent has a Gallade in the back. Not looking good. We go for Power Whip, most likely it will get shielded. And let's see how, and even our Poliwrath and Venusaur both are weak to Gallet, so we do need to invest our shields and get rid of the opponent shields in place. So the opponent double shields their Gallet, realizing they have a better matchup with our Poliwrath as well. So not looking very good. This Gallet has farmed us down, so I come in with Poliwrath, and opponent will throw the Leaf Blade. Yeah, I think at this point this Gallet has the capability to wipe our team, but we will be able to bring it down. Coming it with Venusaur to farm some energy, not shielding, expecting a Leaf Blade. So let's see, the opponent has a Charmer, Togekiss in the back, and I think that's pretty much wrap, because our Poliwrath is pretty much useless at this point of time, and that Clefable is fairly healthy. So yeah, we cannot do anything at this point of time. Confusion will bring us down, and no, we are able to Vine Whip it down, but Charm will bring us down, and the opponent was rocking double jump, so it annihilated our team, and pretty well played from the opponent's end. And if you like our video, if you like our content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching.